How's it going, guys? My name is Phil. This is the Piggy Bank podcast. You know, favorite casual game podcast. Here with my favorite casual game buds. Here, to my right, camera left, Connor Elliott.
Connor, and I'm one of the hosts of the Piggy Game Cast and Penny Games Piggy Bank Cast. That's me.
You got to speak up because not everything you're saying is
only about half of that.
That's me, and I'm Connor, and I do things on here, and I talk, and I say things quietly.
From the peanut gallery to my left, camera right, we have Tavin Bothel.
Peanut gallery.
The camera wasn't on you when you were talking.
I'm on the show.
Camera wasn't on you when you were talking.
The peanut gallery is someone who's not on the show. It's someone watching the show. I am the show.
You're talking about how I chime in if I'm like.
Yeah, but that's fine. You know, you're totally valid.
But you call me the peanut gallery.
I do call you the peanut gallery, but you're not on that show.
You're in person. And by the way, this is his show. This isn't your show, Tab.
This is my show, and I'm in your apartment.
You're here.
Our apartment.
Where
He's
am I?
here. I mean, it's in my name.
Well, I paid part of the rent.
He's got you there. He could kick you out.
No, he could.
The law is on my side.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
It's really stupid.
Watch your step. Watch your step there.
He comes in and assaults me almost every single night. Sometimes,
as is his right.
Ladies and gentlemen, of the jury, I just want to say, he doesn't even have all his stuff here. Most of his belongings are still at his mother's house.
That's not true.
You could argue, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that he still lives with his mother.
Can we also argue? You know, they say possession is 9/10 of the law.
Uh-huh.
And since this is the apartment's in your name,
yeah.
Did you say that you own all of his things?
No, you definitely could not.
That's tough. That's real
It's
tough.
not tough. You can't do that.
Ooh,
it's ownership of objects. Do not all of a sudden get overridden because you live somewhere. That's not true.
Anyway, this is the Piggy Bank podcast here where we talk about what we've been playing. We play mini games here on the show, and I talk about what we're excited about playing in the future. Boys, I playing something that's been on my checklist for a little bit. I'm playing some Final Fantasy Remake.
Oh, let's fucking
Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
That's what I'm talking about.
Currently, Chapter 9.
Okay, you're getting there.
What just happened was I chased down the rickshaw that had Tifa in it. It's going to Don Corneo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. That is where I put the controller down last night and I went to bed.
Now, numerically, you are halfway through all the chapters of the game.
Hmm?
You are not halfway through the game.
No, I figured. Chapter 8 was long as hell.
Yeah. No, yeah, they are not built evenly. Some of them real quick, some of them real long.
Yeah, Chapter 8 was fucking long. Also, I want to talk about something. This is just another minor thing. But
Chapter 10 or 11 is Wall Market, and you'll be in there for a while.
So Chapter 8, or towards the end of Chapter 8, going into Chapter 9, you have to leave Aerith's house, right?
Yeah.
You have to not make too much noise.
Fucking hate it.
So here's the thing. As soon as I load it in and I'm right outside the door, I open the door. Why is there just a random bucket that I can't see?
Because they're fucking with you.
That I just
They
walk into?
They did it on purpose. They did it on purpose.
I go, okay, let me be careful, and I'll walk, and then
I failed twice before I realized what was happening. I was like, what the fuck? What is happening?
It only took me 2 tries. I
didn't look fucking down. I was like, what the fuck?
But Elmira, hey, don't talk to my daughter ever again. She said.
It is what she said. She said that. Yeah.
Don't talk to Aerith ever again.
And then she's just waiting for you outside.
She just fucking popped up. How is she so fucking fast?
I don't know, man. Doesn't make any sense.
She never left her room.
She didn't.
Presumably, because she caught me walking out, she's still in her room.
Yeah.
She knows all the nooks and crannies.
She does. She knows the alleyways. Those are her streets,
she's
not
trying,
your
she's,
streets.
she's trying to get to know Cloud's nooks and crannies, am I right?
No. You're not right.
I think I might be right.
Well, because it's Final Fantasy VII. There's an eventual. I'll spoil this part. There's an eventual part where you will get one of 3 scenes, and those scenes focus on different characters. Get a certain character, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, gotcha." Very interesting. And it's at a point in the narrative shouldn't be happening, but it is.
This is at the
it's fucking weird.
Honeybee Inn or what?
No,
talking about some brothel.
It's the night. It's the night before. Go attack Finra.
All right. Well, I've been really enjoying my time.
Yeah, talk to me about it. You liking it?
Yeah, I've been really enjoying my time. Haven't really had that much trouble with it playing on the normal difficulty.
Yeah.
died a couple times. The Rude fight was super fucking long. It took a while because you kept blocking everything.
That was a fight that was tough for me the first time around. I remember that one being
Kept on
tough.
blocking everything, man.
I also played that entire game. Didn't know my spells were leveled up. So played that whole game with level 1 spells.
You didn't move over to
Not once. Not once.
Dude.
Didn't see that little arrow.
I didn't know it was a thing. And I just didn't register the little arrow.
I've been using Thundara. I've been using Kira.
So I watched Connor beat that game, and I'm watching him fight the final boss, and I'm going, wait, what the fuck did you just do? He goes, oh, I just used Thundara or whatever.
Thundaga?
I think it was Fyraga.
Fyraga.
Yeah.
Agas.
It's
and I was like, wait, did you just use a stronger spell? He goes, yeah. And I go, how'd you do that? He goes, you just scooch over to the left. And I go, well, how do you level them up? And he goes, by using them. And I was like, fuck, I did this whole fight without doing that.
You don't even necessarily have to use them. You just have the materia slotted.
Yeah.
And it'll just be there. Yeah, it'll level up eventually. Yeah,
The thing
didn't know.
What boggles me is that it tells you yours is leveled up. Thundaga or Thundara.
Didn't know what that fucking meant.
So much shit just pops up at the end of battles. You know, it just says like the little thing pops over your head. Oh,
Yeah.
you leveled up. Your weapon leveled up.
Oh, it gets
materia
even worse
leveled
in
up.
Rebirth. There's so much.
But like, no, I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
how did you not know?
I don't know.
This is also post you playing Kingdom Hearts.
No, this was pre-Kingdom Hearts. Pre-Kingdom Hearts. Yeah,
It was.
because we weren't even doing the show yet.
When you're playing Remake?
Yeah,
It was
2020.
the year we started doing it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I want to say
21.
I want to say Remake happened in March, and then our first episode of the Games Cast, which by the way, we just filmed our 200th episode of the Two Penny Games Cast. It's our top 10 video games of all time. You should go
Director's
check it out.
Cut Redux.
Exactly. So you should go check that out. That's out on the channel now. Very exciting stuff. But anyways, yeah, the first episode of the Two Penny Games Cast, Connor's final topic is a spoiler cast for The Last of Us Part 2 because that game had come out like a month before we started.
Gotcha.
April.
Yeah, no, but we'd started Hype. We'd started Hype 21.
Did we? Oh,
yeah.
25.
Yeah.
21.
21 we started Hype? Early, right?
Yeah.
January, February? Really?
It was after the freeze.
Got you. Yep. Was it after the freeze? The freeze affected recording.
Well, you might be right. I have to look up.
Unless it was the next year.
Oh no, it was 21.
It was
definitely 21.
There was a freeze in 22 also, but it wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad.
But it did both knock your power out both times?
Well,
Or were you still in that apartment that other freeze happened? I don't remember.
when the other freeze happened, I was at in the house with Ash.
Must have been recording because that freeze affected recording.
Let me have a little look.
Regardless,
here.
Well, you can't check the YouTube because that's inaccurate. I don't know how you would check.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Yeah, because that first recording doesn't go live for a while.
Yeah, you're right.
So I have zero idea.
I thought it was March.
I have zero idea how we would date check that. I don't think we can. I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so either. Lost the time.
I mean, maybe check the first Hype for Metal Gear. There might be a originally recorded somewhere on there, but I don't think there is.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I've been really enjoying Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's been a really good time.
It's great. You doing any of the Chadley VR stuff?
Yeah, I did the Shiva fight
Very nice.
last night.
Very nice.
Was that last night or before I went to work?
Chadley, I'll say, I don't know if you're going to go this far because I don't think the Platinum Trophy for any of these Final Fantasy VII games are worth. Like, there's just so much fucking work.
Yeah.
And Chadley VR is required to do it. But I'll also say it's debatably not even worth touching Chadley until your second playthrough because...
Touching Chadley? Talking about touching Chadley?
Wow.
That statement, not as bad as you think it is for narrative reasons that I will not spoil for you. You may know it. You may know it.
He's not real.
He's not a real boy.
I'm a real boy.
So,
Not.
anyways, no, remake's great. But oh shit,
I had texted Tavin last night about it. But he mentions because whenever you first run into him in Sector 5, you're with Aerith, and he mentions that Aerith isn't in his database, and they kind of look into that. Like there's like a whole minute where they kind of like talk about that. It's like, oh man, that's weird. And I texted Tavin, I was like, that's significant because like they kind of made a meal out of it.
I don't understand why she wouldn't be in the database. No, I do understand why. I would assume Hojo has deleted him from her from the database because she's so important. Well, one, she's not from Midgar.
Gotcha.
You know.
Oh yeah, she's a Cetra.
Yeah, because she's a Cetra, so she's from some far off land or whatever.
Okay. Also, Chadley is created by Hojo. Got it.
Well, no, but Chadley uses the database.
Hojo's database.
Hojo's database.
I just assumed because you said Hojo's.
No.
Chadley would then be created by Hojo.
Yeah, no, because
kind of Android.
he uses the Shinra database.
The Shintranet.
The Shintranet. Yeah, exactly. And then doesn't the Shinra logo pop up when you load up?
Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah. So the Shinra logo is on the goggles that he gives you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that would be why. And then I would assume Hojo or just Shinra as a whole just deleted any entry they have about her, or it's so classified that someone on Chadley's level can't get into it.
I'll say in terms of like close calls in fights, the I can't remember what it's called.
They're gonna get tough, by the way.
No, I imagine.
Yeah.
The fight right before you land in the church with the big flying robot.
The Airbuster?
Airbuster.
Really?
Yes. So first I think Barrett goes down. And I just wasn't using a Phoenix down. I could have used a Phoenix down. Then Tifa goes down.
Gotta use a Phoenix.
I know. I have been.
Yeah.
I just didn't at that point. It also made it like super like tense and cinematic whenever I did beat him because Cloud was on like sub 200 health, almost like less than 100, and I did my fucking limit break, my cross slash, and fucking took him out like right at the end.
Oh,
it was cinematic as hell.
Very high.
Yeah. So
like
both my other guys, like Tifa and Barrett, were both down, and then Cloud was almost totally knocked out.
Yeah.
It was.
I'll say, you unlock hard mode when you beat the game. Hard mode is basically your new game plus. You have all your material and all your. Yeah, hard, hard. No items, zero items.
I also really quick wanted to ask before the Airbuster fight. How much does it matter what you send to? Because like you get the key cards to like take stuff out. What I did is I got rid of 3 of the AI cores.
Yeah, so I think that stops him from using his ultimate ability, if my memory is correct.
The description was with like the laser hands.
Oh, okay.
That's what the description was.
Yeah, well, those are pretty annoying.
So I got rid of 3 of those, 2 of the materia boxes.
Yeah.
And then I think 1 of the big bomb thing. Yeah.
So yeah, it just limits the abilities that he has in the fight or whatever. So like depending on what you choose, like you can make it to where he's got like a big laser move, which is basically his equivalent of a limit break. So you can take that out. You can take the laser hands out. I think there's one for like decreasing its armor or something, or decreasing
make it like
its health.
malfunction and having less like strength behind him. I think.
Yeah, something like that. So
armor.
Yeah, it's mostly like you will not really notice the difference in the fight unless you like know the fight.
Okay.
But yeah, and you just kind of got a hard guess. I wish they like made you fight like a beta version of him before, and then like and then had like actually fought him, so that you could understand what you were getting rid of and so forth. But it's that's something dedicated more that you'll find more useful the second time around, because you'll be like, oh well, I remember him using the laser hands. I don't want him to use them.
Yeah. It sounded like it's annoying because it said that it could stun me.
Yeah, that's annoying when you get
anytime
stunned
I get stunned in this game, I'm fucking I hate it.
Yeah. How much are you switching off?
Of 2 other characters?
Yeah.
Pretty much anytime someone is like somewhat disabled, like if someone gets put to sleep or if someone gets stunned.
Okay. The true key to success in this combat system is switching off a lot.
I also do it whenever I see that like someone has ATB points that just aren't being used. I'll switch to like.
You can just press one of the triggers and the menu will just automatically jump to them, and you won't like change control.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, and granted, in regular combat scenarios where you're just fighting grunts or whatever, it's fine if you're just like button mashing with Cloud or whatever. Or like the game is kind of built that way. But when a boss fight happens, you got to be switching.
I switched a bunch, right before you get to the second reactor, right before you even like encounter the Airbuster. Whenever you're running through like all the
there's like the tank fight or whatever. There's like a tankish boss fight. What is this?
This was after. This was I'm past the railway.
Okay.
And I'm going through like all these like platforms have like stairs and they can connect with like little freight elevator things.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know you are. I know you are.
And at some point, there's like a bunch of turrets everywhere, so I would have to switch to Barrett and then take out the ones that are up top that obviously nobody else could reach, and I would just switch back and forth in that fight. Bunch.
What do you think of playing as Aerith?
Interesting.
Yeah. Right.
I actually like her a lot.
I do too. Yeah.
She has a really good charge attack.
Tempest.
Yeah, they don't get rid of it in Rebirth, but they repurpose it.
Okay.
So it functions a little differently in Rebirth.
Is it because it looks like a big blizzard thing? Is it ice damage or is it just like magic
it's
that
just
looks like?
It's just magic damage.
Okay.
Well, man, it'll be pretty clear when you're doing some kind of elemental ability.
Okay. I did get a materia that I haven't used it because I don't right now. On Cloud, I'm using the second sword, the Iron Blade.
Okay.
Not the Buster Sword.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have any linked materia slots.
Yeah.
So I do have like the materia that lets you like put a type of like it takes the effect of whatever materia you have slotted next to it and adds that to your weapon damage.
Yeah.
So I have that materia. I just haven't had it slotted anywhere.
I'll say just to open up this path for you in terms of your thinking. One thing that's great about these games is all weapons are valid.
Okay.
All of them are valid. You've got the Iron Blade now, but the Buster Sword can still be used and be effective. It's all about the build you want.
Yeah, I do really like that. It's whenever I get SP, it adds it to both weapons, no matter what.
Yeah. You
can use it any way you want.
That's another system that they change in Rebirth
for the better, or
I think it's just different. I don't think it's really. It creates because I think the reason they did it is because you increase the number of characters and you can have pretty much for the most part any character in your party at any time. You know, you're noticing in Remake that they're swapping characters out for you. You don't have control of the party makeup. Well, in Rebirth you do. So instead of there's 7 weapons per character. So instead of having to individually upgrade each individual one, it's just a character page now. They've just taken it's just a different page. And it works
so
for the character
you're not
as a
upgrading.
Whole.
You don't get the different.
It's just not tied to the weapons anymore.
Got it. Okay.
It's just not tied to the weapons.
Because I was gonna say like I don't see any reason for them to change that.
You still have your ATB skills that you have to unlock.
But they're not tied. They're not tied to the actual weapon though.
They are until you get enough.
I'm talking the stat boost upgrades when you go to the galaxies and stuff. So like the like plus 10 MP or plus or like more defensive percentage, whatever those upgrades are.
Are they?
Those are tied to the characters, not to the weapons.
That makes sense.
Because like how fucking micromanagey would it have to be to like dig through all these things and
not different menus?
Yeah, it's just it wouldn't be worth it.
Do you still use the weapon and like upgrade the weapon for like how many materia slots you have for them, or
no materia slots? I believe stayed the same.
I think it's set. Once you have it, it's set.
Okay.
But that allows them to be more, I would argue, more diverse with each weapon. So there are returning weapons in Rebirth, but they function a little differently because they're not afraid to play with the numbers more in Rebirth. They're more willing to play with the numbers in Rebirth than are in Remake. But again, like once you get the weapon ability unlocked, feel free to go back if you liked one more, because you'll find weapons that grant you more materia slots. But an expert player, and this is the same way in the original game as well. An expert player knows that you don't need to put a materia in every slot. You don't need every character to have maximum number of spells. You know what I'm saying?
I do find myself wanting to just fill every single materia.
I know,
slot.
right? Yeah, that's a crutch. If you break away from that, then you can start really seeing the depths of that combat system and being able to play with all those things.
That has been like my go-to. Is I'll upgrade my attack, and then I'll upgrade the amount of materia I can put in.
It's like okay, well, every character has a fire materia just because I have the materia and I want to fill these slots. But then you go, but wait a minute, if I'm not using fire when I'm Tifa, why does Tifa have fire? Let me put this other materia on. Let's put an all materia on her, and then I'll switch her weapons out so she has less materia slots, but more power damage or something.
I don't even have an all materia.
They're stingy with them. They are I think in Rebirth I have one.
Bro, Final Fantasy VII, they were giving to you left and right. The original.
They were, yeah. Final Fantasy VII, much longer quote unquote game. Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been doubling up on spells for characters. I have been more like okay, this character is gonna have arrow and blizzard and whatever else, and then this other character is gonna have fire and I don't know, fucking steel, and then the other one.
Have you been doing all the side quests?
Yes.
Okay.
Good side quest.
Like when you look at the page, they're all checked
Yes.
off. Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. That's the most annoying for Platinum Journey. That's the most annoying part.
Hey, how do you like Johnny?
Who?
Exactly. Exactly. The like redhead
Yuri Lowenthal
character.
in love with Tifa.
Yeah.
Who?
6-pack abs.
You save him. You canonically have to save him when he's getting beat up by the Shinra
he's in
soldiers.
Sector 7.
Remember,
You've met this character. I promise you
I
have.
guarantee you. He's Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal, bro. I don't know.
I'm wondering if maybe whenever, because I started this playthrough in January, right before I finished the original.
Oh, and you
Final
didn't start
Fantasy VII.
over.
I did not start over. Yeah. Is this the guy that runs the shop?
Fucking this guy.
I've never seen this,
This
man.
is him in
You would
Rebirth.
have
I've
to
never
remember
seen
that
this man
guy.
in my life.
You had to.
No, you have.
You had to.
It's like you have to.
Once at least.
He'll be in Wall Market. You'll see him in Wall Market.
I've never seen this man in my life.
He'll be in Wall Market. We'll find him.
I'm not. I mean, I'm just saying, Phil. This version of Phil has never seen this man in his life.
Take your word for it. Look at that guy.
He's there.
Got no idea.
Annoying. Hate him. Actually, hated him in
You know who I do?
hated him in Remake. Love him in Rebirth.
You know who I do really like? Roche.
Roche is great.
Love
Roche is
Roche.
awesome.
Roche is fucking dope,
Dope as fuck.
He
dude.
came in and you're just
Doing
like,
all these fucking
I'm with him.
tricks on this motorcycle.
Dude, yeah.
Badass.
He is like the most like just amped, like we are gonna get Nomori character in the whole thing, and he works so well. I don't know why, but he does.
You mean Nomura?
What I said.
Nomori.
Nomura E.
Oh.
I
was like,
Nomura-esque.
fucking
I guess
Tavin
you should
over
say.
here fucking up.
Yeah.
Nomura sounds.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But yeah, he's great. I've been playing more Elden Ring.
You have.
Talked about it last week. I was only about like six-ish hours in. Now I'm definitely double digits, 12-ish, I want to say. So I think I've doubled my playtime. Gone through Stormvale Castle, fought Margit, fought Godric.
Godric the Golden.
And you know, I talked about it briefly on our top 10s episode, so go watch
Godric
that.
the Grafted.
But yeah, I'm enjoying my time with it much more this time around. And you know, I was never like negative towards the game back in the day. But it just like it just didn't really catch me at the right time. I wanted to make progress, and then it decided to get real difficult and mean. And it, yeah, you know, when Elden Ring decides to be mean, it's mean. So I bounced out. But well, since then I've played Sekiro. Since then I've played some FromSoft like games. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like better equipped mindset wise of what to expect, and also like if you get stuck, you can just and just come back later. You'll find something else to fight, and you'll be fine. So yes, enjoying my time. I'm gonna keep playing it. Am I gonna beat it? I don't know, but I am gonna. I will commit probably at least another 10 hours to it. And I want to bring up this point of discussion. It's a hot take of mine, but I'm doubling down. I'm tripling down. I'm quadrupling down. You cannot knock me.
About lore, not story.
It's 100% what this is. This is not a story. This is not a narrative. This is lore.
I saw this guy play the game. He wasn't paying attention at all. I brought up something basic that happened in the intro cutscene. And he was like, "Oh, like he didn't know."
Who the fuck is gonna pay? Who the fuck pays attention to
the
loathsome
dung eater?
Nobody fucking pays attention to this fucking like medieval like narration
How
where it's just like
wrong
we're setting
this
up
guy-
the world
this guy-
and this, that, and the third always happens.
This guy, he's in the round table hold. Didn't even recognize the guy that's at the desk. Like got his head down, and then you talk to him. Guy from the opening cutscene. He didn't even recognize him.
I don't remember a single fucking frame of the opening cutscene because it's a waste of fucking
How do you
time.
not remember the loathsome
that-
dung eater, bro?
Yeah, you don't know the loathsome dung eater.
I'm just saying, like, these are not characters. These are not narratives.
Sir
this
Gideon,
is not
man.
anything.
Sir
This
Gideon
is
off
lore.
here, the
Despite the
all-knowing.
Despite that you meet-
This script, the script to the game reads like a fucking textbook.
Pretty much all of the characters that it introduces in the beginning, you talk to as actual characters.
Cool.
And have quest lines.
Cool. It reads like a textbook.
Do you Is Fia in that opening cutscene?
Yes.
The Deathbed Companion?
Yep.
He got the buff from her that lowered his HP.
Yes.
I haven't been able to tell a difference.
STD, it's so small. But it's
It's funny because it is kind of like an STD.
It wears off at some point.
No.
Yeah, it
You have
does.
to use it. Then it goes away.
Oh, I thought it was like
It's an item.
I thought it goes away at the camp or like when you rest.
No, I believe the item always is there.
Wait,
It's
so
in
do
your
I have to
inventory.
use it for it to affect my stats, and so it's just sitting
No,
in my
It
inventory,
increases
or is
poise.
Increases poise.
what is the point of poise?
You don't get
staggered.
staggered. Yeah.
Oh,
They're harder to stagger.
that's pretty useful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the poise system in Elden Ring is probably the weakest it's been.
That's
out
what
of
I've
Souls.
heard.
Yeah, it
from other
is.
Souls games. Not that important.
Armor. Okay, so there's the like medium load, heavy load, which affects your speed
Mhm.
and how far you can roll and all of that.
Basically your stamina use is what it affects, and how fast you can roll.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I'm high dex, so I want my rolls to be fast, and I want to be able to roll long distance.
Ideally, you
so
want
forth.
light to medium.
So
you
I
don't
want
heavy
light.
load.
Yeah, I want light to medium. I've only picked up things that increase my. Okay, so I have two questions. The first being, is it only the torso armor that's affecting this?
No.
Everything
It's-
has a weight.
It's the build.
Every single main equipment you put on there. Emblems.
Okay. So next is it the number? Is it the numerical weight number in comparison to my max weight that I can handle? Or is it like the percentage of pieces and what their natural? So like if I have like 3 out of 5 heavy armors, do I just go to the heavy armor ranking?
No.
Or is it if I have my numeric number up really high? Because what I tried to do is I tried to play with it and find where the number is where it ticks over, and I can't find that number.
It's the
because it feels like depending on the pieces that I use, let's say just for an example given to play with.
Isn't it like the higher your strength, the more you can carry without the number switching over?
I believe it's endurance.
Is it endurance?
Because I assume
so.
if I'm carrying too much, I just become like over encumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like my walk
Then
speed is
you
really
literally
slow.
cannot roll.
But,
you
like-
fall over.
Yeah. So my question is let's say the number where it ticks over is 38. 38 weight. I don't know what the weight numeric is, either pounds or whatever. Kilograms. I don't know what it is. Let's say it's 38.
Stone.
So like I change my torso, it knocks me up to 42. I change my gloves and my boots, it knocks me down to 37. And let's say before I changed anything, I was at 37. But now that I'm at 37, it still says I'm in heavy because my torso is that. Is it just like different armor pieces have a different relevance, like they're weighted differently?
I mean, yeah, if you pay attention to the weight, well, I mean, obviously, like
Because it's
helmets.
not like Skyrim where it's like if you go over this number now you're
Yeah.
over covered. Like there's more happening here. There's deeper numbers happening.
Yeah.
Which, as far as the numbers go, obviously each equipment has like generally like I think helmets are way more than like boots. I mean gauntlets, but boots are more than like helmets. Either way,
Also, if I'm not mistaken, there are some pieces that like help you carry more stuff.
I believe emblems definitely.
There are definitely some.
So
emblems that help you carry more
my
stuff.
question is it less about the weight limit and it's just the number of class items you're equipped at one time? For example, if I have 3 heavy armors, but my torso and my let's say for the sake of the argument, the helmet is weighed heavier. Like, is it because like torso and helmet are light armors, I can stay in the light realm, even though the other 3 are heavy? But if I go too heavy, but one of those is torso, that'll take me over because the torso's weighed heavier in that number estimation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to a degree. Because here's the thing,
I think
right?
you have to upgrade strength. I think that's your issue.
I mean, I might, but I don't think it's as simple as just getting the number to go up.
Mm.
I think it's the pieces of equipment I'm choosing to equip.
It's tied into the pieces, certainly.
Yeah.
But my main issue, right, is that through all of my time playing Souls games,
You always go the heavy
I've
guy.
not more than that.
Yeah.
I have never fucking understood how the weight limit works at all. I've heard it explained to me. It's like based on percentages, and
Yeah.
each time when I'm like reading it or hearing it explained, my mind glazes over. Like
It's
I'll
gotta
just-
be like
it does.
it's gotta be the different armor pieces are weighed differently.
They
The
certainly
torso
are.
is like the torso is absolutely the most important piece.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like I try and experiment with it so I can get the heavier torso because the torso will give me more armor. But like I just can't get the numbers to work to where I can have medium armor on. And are you actively listening?
Yes. No.
It's very similar to mine. It's very similar to mine. So I was like,
okay, gotcha.
And it has different back.
I thought you might have had one in your other ear that I can't see. I was like, we're podcasting here. Anyways, but no, I'm tripling down, man. These games don't have narratives. These games have lore.
They do. They literally do. It's very simple in Elden Ring. It's way more simple, I should say.
I just think you just pay attention.
I just think you guys don't understand what I mean when I say narrative versus lore.
I think your idea of narrative is way too caught up in like traditional storytelling.
You mean like studying of dramatic elements and how they come together? Yes. Because I've studied dramatic elements and how they come together. You pick up one dramatic arts book and you will understand what I mean when I separate these different categories. These games don't have narratives. They don't.
They do. They're just not narratives that you can wrap your mind around. Clearly not. No, the fact that you don't even know anything that it even said at the beginning of the game proves my point. You just don't pay attention, and you've already segmented it in your mind
like a textbook. You're just memorizing facts. You're memorizing names and dates. That's all you're learning.
The narrative is fluid as you explore the world and you create the narrative.
And the more you engage with it, the more it unravels.
It's not treated with a character or a character arc. There's nobody pushing a narrative forward. It's just how do you want to write the textbook? Because it's a textbook.
There's not a character arc because there doesn't need to be one. Because you're a nameless, faceless guy.
That's what a narrative is.
It's not based a narrative. A narrative is a story being told. It's not this.
And you know how I know I'm right is because I go to other people who have played these games and have studied the same things I've studied, and I say this, and they go, "Oh no, you're 100% right."
I mean, at the end of the day, that's getting into the realm of academia, which I could give two shits less about. I've experienced it. It's like that's for people in that area.
This is a college graduate.
Yeah.
Then don't enter this realm with me and just say, "All right, you're probably right then." Because I've studied this. This is my academia.
But you're asking Connor to concede.
Yeah,
because you're wrong,
which he will never do.
Well, I'm also looking for reactions for TikToks. Is what I'm looking for. Engagement is also what I'm looking. But that's what making a podcast is to make something entertaining.
It tells a story. It sets something up.
It tells a story.
Yes.
Story and narrative are not the same thing.
Oh, okay. If that's the dumb argument we're having.
It's not a dumb argument.
Sure.
It's just it's just breakdown.
It's a dumb argument. I don't care less. I care less
about
that.
Story is what happens. Narrative is why it happens. There are no why to things happen.
No, there definitely is.
There's explanations of what's happening, but there's no you as a viewer, as the audience, as the engager in the art, your heart is not okay.
What the fuck is
I don't know what he's trying to get the reaction piece. You as the engager of the art you don't have your heart in it. You are not emphatically attached to what's happening. It's just things that are happening. And you go, in your brain, you go, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like the things make sense. I'm not saying there's not a line of thought. There's just not a line of character. There's not a line of choice.
Why do you say we're not attached to it? I can be attached to this character in this story that's going on.
No Elden Ring, no From Software game will make you cry. No From Soft. There is not a From Soft moment equivalent or even coming close, and I'm not saying like in terms of reaction, like you are not into that for the same reason you're into the plight of Kratos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. You're saying that I can't be attached to some of these characters.
You can want to see what's happening through, but in the same way that you might want to gain knowledge of the Revolutionary War, is you just go, okay, well, what did General XYZ do at battle A, B, C?
I can somewhat, because if you're differentiating story and narrative, I can concede that more easily if you're talking about something like overall Dark Souls. But Elden Ring breaks from the normal mold and gives you more characters that do have arcs. I mean, you haven't even, going back to you not paying attention to the story, you also haven't engaged with a lot of the side quests. I mean, like, did you ever meet Blythe? The wolf guy.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so it's like it's wolf guy. And it sets up.
Is this the guy who talks to you and puts you on the quest for the undead stuff?
No, that's not Blythe.
That's D.
He's
a wolf guy. He's
literally a giant wolf man.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that you go to talk to when you do kill undead things and he gives you upgrades?
No, that's D.
That's D?
No.
Who's the guy?
Rank.
Who's the guy who sends you to the portal?
D is the one who sends you to the portal.
Okay, and then when you go through the portal, it's who?
Yes, Grank,
Great. Okay.
the beast clergyman.
Okay, but all of this reads like a textbook, is what I'm saying.
No, but like what he's saying. So Blythe is the giant wolfman. He serves the
Lady Ronnie.
Lady
Ronnie.
Yeah, the lady with all the hands.
The one you've seen, the blue lady.
She gave you the summoning bell.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Big hat, blue.
Yeah.
witchy girl.
Yeah, I met her the one time and I haven't no, I have met her one other time and she said some stuff to me and I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
So when have you gone, where is this on the map? There's a big fucking, there's a forest. You can see a big fucking rune bear scratching a big old.
Very dense forest.
I have not.
Okay.
No.
So at some point you'll go first and you'll hear howling, and then you look up and
Back on the mic.
oh sorry, you'll hear I was being
Usually
using my hands.
Yeah.
You'll hear howling, and then you have to look up, and then there'll be a wolf man perched up, and then you do some kind of like the emotes, like you do some finger snap. That's right, and then he comes down and he talks to you, and that's the first time you meet Blythe.
And you do a little like he asks you for your help and something, and it sets you on the path of meeting a person who has very heavy plot significance into how everything started, and you see the methodology of why they're doing what they're doing and where it's leading to. And that's all intersected with all of the other character stories that come into play that are all trying to achieve a goal, a type of goal.
Here's a way that I can describe what I'm saying, right? Is let's do the American Revolutionary War and how that reads in a textbook. And you as somebody who may be interested in that, like how you guys are interested in what's happening in the events of this game, right? Could want to go and read up more and gain more knowledge, right? And then, but that's a different experience, and it could be just as satisfying as what I'm talking about as to what satisfies me when it comes to storytelling. Like that can be just as satisfying, but it will not elicit the emotion that Hamilton does.
Who's gonna go to Hamilton?
Hamilton fucking is a bland stage play.
No, what are you talking about? Shut up. Moving on. Anyway, Connor has a fucking.
I've never seen Hamilton.
Connor has some kind of draft
You've
pick
never
here
seen it?
for us.
No.
Oh, we should watch it. It's phenomenal.
It's actually really good.
No, it is probably a top 5 of all time.
Anyway,
Of anything?
Connor, you have
musicals.
a draft pick for us.
I do have a draft pick. I do indeed.
Jesus Christ, I had enough of that as soon as you said that.
But oh come on, you listened to that a bunch. I remember when it came out and it was you and Tavin like, wahee.
Well, now
awesome.
let's be fair. I was on it when it was actually happening in high school.
In like 2014.
Yeah, when we were in high school. Yeah, 14, 15. And then you didn't come on when the Disney Plus happened, did you? Or did
It
you?
was right before.
It was right before the Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was the same year that it was announced that it was going to come to Disney Plus.
Got you. Okay. Yeah.
But that was like really when I
Getting the secondary wave of obsession through people talking about it. That was really
listening
cool.
to it. Dude, we would be like, we were doing takeout when we were
Yeah,
at BJ's.
we're just singing shit.
I have one headset, one headphone.
Oh,
You have the other
right.
one.
Yeah,
We're just
forgot
going through the
about that.
soundtrack.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Badass. Just packing up to-go orders.
Heard some of the songs. Raps.
Good stuff.
Full songs.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Connor, go.
All right. Doing a draft pick. It's a draft pick of film.
Happens here. Careful with that.
We talk about film very rarely, but we do talk about it. And generally, we talk about things that are.
I imagine we're going to review Borderlands when it comes out.
I was thinking about it. We should have planned to review Fallout. Is what we should have done. You know. But yeah, that would have been
we did with Last of Us.
Yeah, that would have been the smart. Well, they put Fallout all at one time,
yeah.
so we probably would have just done a series review. But we should have done that, and we didn't. You know, I'd missed it.
I just didn't watch the show.
I also just didn't think Fallout was going to be Fallout, and then it turned into Fallout, and I was like, well, fuck.
Apparently, it's really good.
Borderlands, yeah, sure, probably.
I'm down for that.
That trailer, watching it now, like the first time I was like, it looks fine.
Now
I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, this doesn't look great.
I only know this because he literally watched it. I watched him watch the trailer.
Yeah.
He went to go see King of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Well, when I first watched it on my
got him
phone,
tickets.
I was like, this looks fun. Like it looks like and I'll still stand by. This is probably as good of a Borderlands movie as we were ever gonna get. But you know, because it's Borderlands, you know. But
who knows? Eli Roth, huh?
Oh, he's doing it? Oh, yeah.
Eli
All right.
Roth, the Bear Jew.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That is
draft
his name.
pick. What's the scenario?
But we're going to be doing a draft pick, but not of the best video game adaptations, but the best potential gaming adaptations of films. I know I said the first part wrong. I know I did. Somehow, I don't know how, but I know I did.
So we talked about this before the podcast. Are we doing movies as games or games as movies?
We are doing movies as games.
Okay.
Ones that have not
They
been
start as a
created.
film and then go into a video game.
Got it. Okay.
That do not exist. Not ones that are.
Now, my question is: do they have to be a straight adaptation of the movie, like a movie tie-in game?
It could be a movie tie-in game. However you would conceptualize it.
Okay.
It could be in the same world
Yeah.
as it.
Just something that would be cool.
Yeah, something that would be cool. Like, how would they work? You know?
I'm into it.
Oh, shit.
Let's do it. Yes, sir. Star Wars.
The one I was going to do first already has a game.
Dumbass.
Ah.
Fucking King Kong looking bitch.
No, not King Kong. Yeah, well,
Gotta start thinking, Connor. Gotta start thinking.
I was a dumb ape. Kidnapping women.
So who's
I'm
going
not
first?
gonna do. I don't do that.
I don't know who's going first, Connor.
No, I'm going first. So, for my first draft pick,
Means you're
mine
Apparently.
would be Inglorious Bastards. As you mentioned before. It's
That's really good.
hunting Nazis.
I like
why
I mean,
fun, quirky game, kind of like in this.
I don't know, man. Where have you ever played a video game where you kill Nazis? Can't think of one.
Never before seen.
Never
But-
before seen.
like imbued with the writing of
Breaking
Tarantino.
new ground, dude.
I am breaking new ground because it'd be Tarantino writing in a video game.
There's a
Work
little
on
game
it.
called Wolfenstein, Connor.
I know that's the closest to it. But
There's also Call
okay.
of Duty Nazi Zombies.
That too.
What
There's
are
not
you
a lot of
guys?
writing in that, though.
Are you guys gonna like fight me on the subject of fighting Nazis?
No.
Well, I mean, at the end of this,
I'm
we
not gonna
compare
fight
and
you.
contrast, and
Yeah, I know,
this is
I
going to
know.
be a sticking point when we compare and contrast, and
Yeah, it
we're
is.
going to call your list shit.
It'll be good. I swear, it'll be good. Watch it. But what do you have, Phil? We're going.
This
You already said
is
everything.
an interesting idea that I literally just thought of. It just popped in my head. Inside Out.
Oh no! Wait, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Pixar's Inside Out.
Yeah, that'd be like a cool like platform, like character
Yeah.
platformer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Where you switch like the different emotions have different
Mhm,
powers, and
mhm.
you got to switch. No, I'm into that.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Side out.
And like it'll be kind of like a like an Osmosis Jones where like you see the outside like how it's affecting Riley.
Oh,
Yeah. So you have to like pick
sounds
the
like
right
a great
emotion.
Joseph Fares game.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
can see Hazelight doing that. That'd be
some
awesome.
Some Hazelight action. I think so.
Yeah,
It
hell
Takes
yeah.
Two. They were they're kind of playing around with that idea in It Takes Two with the kid.
Yeah.
You know? So, interesting. The first thing that...
remember when we dismembered that elephant?
Crazy, man. Fucking insane.
You enjoyed that.
That
I
video game
remember.
is for children.
It's protesting too. It's like no, please,
No, it's begging for its
Yeah.
life, and you are murdering it. Yeah, that's you can't play that around kids. That's fucked up. My first brain goes to, and it is hot on the mind because of the newest release. But I definitely would have gotten around to here anyway, just because I love this world so much.
I
I'm
understand.
going Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
Good.
I want to be a monkey, man. I just want to be a
Ape.
monkey. I
Ape.
just want to be. Yeah, no. You're gonna
Monkeys
tell me
have tails.
You're gonna tell me the apes are smart, but the monkeys aren't also smart.
No.
That's racist,
No.
and frankly, I won't stand for it.
They're different. Monkeys have tails.
Do they?
Yeah, but they would have
Yes.
been. Yeah, monkeys have tails. Apes don't have tails.
Stupid. I know.
That's why
I
they're
shouldn't
called
know.
apes.
Why Donkey Kong's an ape? Diddy Kong's a monkey.
But you're gonna tell me the
Ah.
monkeys aren't also getting smart? The monkeys
We
are
don't-
also getting smart.
We don't see any of the monkeys.
We don't.
We only see apes.
They don't show us.
Mm.
I think it's so they don't get
Mhm.
because it's already confusing, because they know people.
Well,
are
because
stupid.
in the movie, be like, not a monkey. I'm not an ape. I'm a monkey. My
And
tail?
then, but you would have to deal with racism. There's
Yeah.
gonna be ape monkey racism. Like we don't want to deal with that.
Well, I
That's
mean,
a lot to deal with.
do you remember what was his name? Winter in
Cro-
War.
yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
The-
yeah, yeah,
The what's
the
it called?
white gorilla.
Yeah, but what's it called?
I don't know.
It's like it's the term albino.
I was almost there. Yeah. Albino
Gorilla.
Mhm.
Yeah. Had my girlfriend watch all of those movies.
Traitor.
She really liked the gorillas.
He's a traitor.
Yeah.
Real big fan of gorillas. Gorillas and the baby apes.
Shout out to Koba.
Yeah.
I was saying this to somebody. Maybe it was you. Yeah. Koba should be in the same realm as like a Darth Vader or a Thanos.
That's
just a really good
crazy.
job.
It's really good. I'm not putting it on that.
I think
on
he
that
needs
tier.
to be there, man. I think he needs to be there. On to number 2.
My number 2 is Schindler's List. I believe if you were to make like a game, it'd be in dramatic narrative.
What is the gameplay loop of a Schindler's List?
I'm kidding. My actual one.
All right, here it is.
I was gonna say
There might be a game in production, but it is not out yet.
You're adding to the
there's
list.
not a Schindler's List.
No, the next one, the actual.
What it is, it's a teacher's typing game. And you're typing out the list.
Oh my Jesus, that's dark.
No, you're doing it for a good purpose. But no. Jokes aside, I don't believe it's gotten a game yet. But Blade Runner is set in a pretty interesting world. You don't really get it doesn't really give it a lot of to you when you're watching the film. But the general, outline of it is that you're a detective trying to hunt down androids that look and act like people, sniffing them out. I think there's one in production, like one was announced, but I don't believe it is.
Blade Runner is a point-and-click adventure game developed by Westwood Studios and published by Virgin Interactive for Microsoft Windows, released in November of 1997.
Well, don't you look like a fucking idiot now, Connor?
Fucking dumbass.
I'm still putting it. No one's playing
a Blade.
It's also not. I'm presuming you're not pitching a point-and-click adventure game.
More like futuristic noir detective.
I gotta think of a fucking video. We spent all this time talking, and now,
my turn. Yeah. I'm gonna say, ooh.
Oh, here he goes.
Inception.
Yeah, that could be really cool, really crazy.
Could be.
It would be a game that could suck, but
it'll most definitely suck.
Oh,
but the idea is there.
It is.
Feels very Quantum Breaky. You know what I mean? Very Quantum Breaky.
You go into people's dreams in Quantum Break?
No, Quantum Break was all time travel, but like, it was kind of like it was like a hybrid of
you play as X-Men's Iceman.
It was a hybrid of
what's his name?
TV and video game.
Bobby,
and they would show you like 20, 30-minute episodes of television.
What's Iceman's real name? Bobby something?
I just know it's Bobby. That's all I got.
Well, you're the one that watched X-Men 97, which I need to watch.
He's not in that show.
Is he not?
No.
Iceman's not in that show?
No. Not there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite X-Man?
That's good.
I like the Wolverine because he cuts people.
You would be Wolverine.
I'll take it.
I've only seen the movie.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, that was the same for me, but it's fine. I mean, I'm hot off 97, so it's hard not to love Cyclops. It's hard not to love Cable. It's hard not to love. Gambit. I'm gonna go Gambit. I'm gonna lock in Gambit.
Gambit's good.
I'm locking in Gambit.
Gambit's a good answer. Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler's great too.
Nightcrawler's my favorite.
You gotta watch 97, man. They do Nightcrawler some justice in that show.
Nice. I love Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
What? So I think I talked to you about it. What the fuck is the name of that show? There was an X-Men show on. You guys remember Jetix?
Yes.
Yeah, there was an X-Men show on that, and there was a guy who was in the same show, and he had like rocks coming out of his body and shit. It was like spiky rocks and shit. The black dude.
I've
got one. I'm gonna go. I mean, does it have to be specifically a movie, or can it be like a TV?
I was thinking that earlier.
Even though the TV show was, and technically property, but I can pitch you a different.
Sure.
X-Men Evolution is what it was called.
Just because TV show is.
Is this the side-scrolling beat-em-up game, or? Oh, no, it's a show. Oh, okay.
The show?
I don't remember the show, but I've seen images of it on.
It's this
TikTok.
dude. That's what I'm thinking of. Spikes.
Okay. I'm gonna go. The World of Invincible.
Rogue is so hot.
But
dude.
you're.
Am I wrong?
Fucking hot in everything, bro. Fucking Rogue. The World of Invincible, but it's a MMO, create your own character. Flying around, very, very DC Universe Online. Very what's the anime? It's all about superheroes.
Oh, My Hero Academia.
Very My Hero. Very My Hero.
I still think you would like that show. Watch it.
You might.
I tried it and like, I also didn't watch that much of it, and I was surrounded by idiots at the time. So
Oh, really?
I'm surrounded.
You were there.
By
I knew it.
Exactly. No, so I'm gonna go Invincible. I think I think there's a lot about Invincible's world that, like, yes, it's based off of a bunch of a million other things, but it has its own flavor to it, and I'd like to live. Also, the art style, come on.
Oh yeah.
You can keep it simple, which allows you to make a bunch of expansions and stuff, but it's still got that classic style that you're like, that's Invincible.
Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, baby.
Connor?
My game. My third game. Well, third movie. That would be a game. Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a Japanese film. I know.
Ever hear about Fortnite?
Yeah, right? Now, it's a Japanese film about students that are rambunctious, that are put on an island to kill each other. You know, it's like calling off the undesirables of society, right? And it wouldn't be a Battle Royale game. That's the backdrop of it, clearly. But it's one that's very dark and gritty because you're being forced basically a gun to your head to fight your classmates and kill them for your own survivor. Some of them take to it, a lot of them do not. And it'd be this pretty gripping, it's a great movie, but it'd be a gripping narrative of just your character having to do disgusting, horrible things, and they're all for his survival. Just dirty, gritty, disgusting thing. They just, very narrative focused. With every single fight having a lot of impact to them because you're murdering some.
I'm mad at it.
If you guys watch the film, you would get it even more. Very good. Very, very good.
Connor, I'm shooting for this. I don't know if Tavin's seen it, but I'm definitely going to get some Connor points on this pick. The Descent.
It'd get some Connor points. And that'd be great.
The Descent.
Claustrophobia as like the secondary enemy.
Have you ever watched The Descent?
Which one is this?
It's a group of female spelunkers that go into a cave and they run into these weird fucking creatures that like capture them and kill them. They had
albino-looking creatures. I have seen this movie.
I thought you had.
Okay, yeah.
I thought you came.
I think I saw it with you.
Yeah, they had some like movie night at Spencer's house. I went to that one
in his living room, right?
Yeah, I went to that one. Yeah.
Casting the video on the phone to the TV.
This movie left a much bigger impression on both of you than it did on me. But okay.
Yeah. In the setting, everything was kind of distracting.
Yeah, it was a very distracting setting. But no, I think it would be really fun going into this cave. I think it would obviously be a horror game.
Or survival.
Survival horror.
Survival horror.
Where, you'd have the claustrophobic angle, you'd have the trying to defend yourself from these little creatures that are in these caves.
You don't think you go the Until Dawn route?
You could.
Kind of what we already have. Kind of what we already have with that.
Because one of the cool things that happens in the film is the characters have to stay. They're blind. There's moments where they have to stay quiet, and that could include like
are
voice.
the Wendigos not blind?
No, they're not.
No,
I think the things in the quarry are blind.
They're well, maybe one of them is, but I know the main Wendigo in the one that's based off of the girl that falls down, not the sister that chases her, but the main one with the butterfly tattoo in Until Dawn. I think she's blind.
Possibly.
I think that one is blind.
No, the Wendigos tracked movement. So if you stayed still,
that's right.
They couldn't see.
They have like predator vision, kind of.
Yeah. So
okay,
that's what it was. Okay, that one. Fuck, had one. And I've kind of fucking lost. It was. That's what it was. I want a Soulsborne-esque Godzilla game where you play as some kind of kaiju thing, fighting other kaijus. And I mean, what do you really want? You want to see the destruction in the buildings falling apart and so forth. So instead of, I want it to be to have a little bit more like almost not in terms of speed. I want the slowness of a Elden Ring or of a Dark Souls, but the like pick up and use as a weapon esqueness of like a Yakuza game. And so you're like picking up giant boulders and smashing them over heads, and you're ripping off like tops of buildings and stabbing people with like the top of the Empire State Building or something like that. I guess it would probably have to be more level based. I don't think it would. Well, maybe it would work in an open world setting, but I think it would probably have to be more of like a level select based type game. In which you're fighting a specific thing.
I don't know. I like the idea of a different style Godzilla game. I just don't know how I feel about the Soulsborne version of it.
And I think it'll work if you start as little baby Godzilla. You don't have a lot of like innate abilities, so
Sure.
you start off picking up a lot of things. Then as you're leveling up and gaining powers, now you can start using your laser. Now you can start,
Combine this idea with Evolve.
Just in the sense of like as you're winning, you're getting things.
You kind of go into like a little cocoon.
Yeah.
And then you just get like new stuff added to you.
Yeah.
New mutations.
You're just talking the upgrade way.
Yes.
Not the like asymmetric
yes.
of it. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying right there. But I think just because I think like an era of just like smash things, destroy things all the time, and just heavy like emphasis on action. I think that era of gaming's got like a Rampage or like a like those early like Incredible Hulk games where you just like breaking shit the prototypes of the world. Like those are gone, right? Like they're not going to sell anything, but like if you put a little bit more care into combat systems and how the game feels to play and ramp this difficulty up, make these fights feel like you earn it and make you feel like the king of the monsters, I think it works that way.
What a cool idea for a game, Evolve.
It just was.
I think these asymmetric type games, like I think they've run their course. Like I don't see how it's possible to get
your Dead by Daylights.
Yeah.
The most successful one is Dead by Daylight.
Well, by far.
Yeah.
It's lasted the longest.
Yeah.
When did that start? Like 2015?
I was going to say 14.
That long?
I want to say 13, 14.
I remember it was like
I'll even go out there. It may even be like a 2012 game.
No, I think it was 2017, actually.
No.
It might be 2017.
No.
2016.
Really?
Yep.
What was before it? Oh, I guess Evolve was like 14.
Evolve was 14.
Yeah.
High school. I was still in high school.
Yeah.
Right, Connor?
Yes.
Fourth
My
game?
next game is a movie that's not maybe better received now, but wasn't at the time, certainly. And that's a video game adaptation of Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner. Now, the whole concept is you're a guy on an ocean, just the entire world is sunken under an ocean. You're trying to find
about over here, fucking.
The entire place is ocean.
Fucking Inglourious Bastards and fucking Battle Royale and Waterworld over here.
Yeah, these are all interesting. And
he came prepared with this list too.
I did not. But it's all set on the water. You're a guy who the main character in that movie has like his own boat, and so you, as a character, would be in this open world setting, possibly multiplayer, where you constantly build up your boat, you get new upgrades to it, you deal with pirates and raiders and other players as well. I think that could be a very fun online game, and just having a really good, solid combat system.
Are you talking like Sea of Thieves, but Waterworld?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. What I was thinking was like Dredge, but with more water.
But it's combat, fighting on like it could be even grand in scale, where you can build up this massive floating construct. Because that's what happens.
I've also not seen Waterworld, so
yeah.
like. I don't.
Thailand doesn't.
I've heard it's one of the worst movies ever.
Over exaggerated.
I mean, it's not great.
Not good.
Not great.
Nah.
But the concept of the world is something that can be used to build a game with.
All right. Not mad at it, but like so many other better movies.
It's not about better movies. It's better movies that could be good as games.
Yeah, it's exactly what I meant.
You don't know.
This is an interesting idea. I was thinking about it, and I was trying to like figure out exactly how to explain. I would make this into a game. Parasite. The
Anime?
Korean movie.
Really?
By Bong Joon-ho.
Where are you gonna go with this?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Telltale.
Here's the thing. No, not Telltale. You're literally living. You're basically a parasite on this. Not a literal parasite. I'm talking about the Korean movie.
Yeah.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Where you're with this rich family. You're living underneath their house.
Yeah, you're the poor.
Yes. And so you're basically living underneath their house, and you have to sneak through. It's like a stealth game basically.
Yeah.
And you have to not get caught stealing all like their food and stuff. And you just have to survive. And it's like you just survive day by day, and it gets harder and harder as you go through. Like there are more obstacles, like say
you would have to have like job responsibilities that you have to get done,
like a checklist,
within a time limit, also type thing.
Exactly, it'd be some kind of like sim.
I'm imagining
game.
Yeah, I'm imagining almost like not with the objective of killing, obviously, but like with the have to be like the creativity of like
But-
Hitman and how you'd have to do objectives in Hitman and do
But-
the thing.
If let's say like the family's away somewhere, and then you pop up, no one's supposed to be there. Somebody does show up, and you have to kill them and hide the evidence.
Mm.
Dang.
It'd all be a matter of execution.
Yes.
Good idea. Who knows how?
Yeah,
that would be done.
that's hard to make. That's hard to make.
Yeah.
It'd be a short game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it'd be a very artsy.
Yeah.
Oh, let me write that down. Parasite. That's interesting. Nobody's buying that. But, you know, it'd be a cool idea. I'm gonna go give me a Metroidvania styled Ant-Man game. Where you gotta find different abilities to get the shrinking and the growing things going on, some crazy cool boss fights, superhero boss fights, all this type stuff. I think on a 2D plane,
Ooh.
obviously.
This is kind of me helping the enemy here.
Yeah.
My idea is like, let's say you're Ant-Man,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
And you're trying to help your pal Vision, who's being corrupted by Ultron. You have to go through as a tiny Ant-Man and beat like all these tiny Ultrons that are
and
trying
you're
to-
inside the Ultron.
No, you're inside of Vision.
Oh.
And you're trying to purge Ultron from inside of Vision.
Interesting.
It could be like a level.
Boss fights could take place within vital organs of
Yes.
Vision.
Yes.
And you have to take heed to not damage
To not hurt Vision.
parts of the thing to hurt Vision and
Yes.
so forth. That's an interest, or it's game over. And maybe even that progress carries over from boss fight to boss fight. So boss fight one, you're not being careful enough, and that damage carries throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
But we're also encroaching on Superman the movie, the game territory, where you got to take care of the city health. So maybe not so much.
Flying through rings.
It's difficult or something. But you think, okay, I get the ability to like, all right, this is a flying ant, and that works as like my double jump, where like I hop and then a flying ant comes and lifts me up a little higher or something like that. Or like I get the ability to shrink down even further. I get the ability to grow even higher, or the ability to like grow to be able to push something or something like that. Kind of like this idea of being inside something restricted to a certain size.
Well, I mean, because that fits with the Metroidvania part of it, you know? Like you're in
now
this,
you're unlocking.
you're basically stuck
minute.
in this place, so you have to upgrade yourself in order to get out.
Marvel,
you know?
Marvel, we got your next $1 million idea.
I don't know about
right
million,
here.
but you know,
You know,
See about that.
might sell some copies.
I sell some copies. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown.
6 figures, I could see. A million.
Connor.
What are the
My
sales numbers
pit.
for Prince of Persia?
We haven't seen them, but they're not good.
Well, that sucks, man.
No, nobody's
All that
talking
it's all
about
that
this.
bad will from Ubisoft, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, this game's fucking excellent.
It's so good.
So good.
Drawn down by the publisher. But
Pretty bogged down.
my fifth and final draft pick would be an adaptation of Lawrence of Arabia, a grand epic scale adventure of taking down the Ottoman Empire.
This fucking guy, man. What the fuck
So
is
you're saying
happening?
Assassin's Creed Revelations?
No, this is like a war game. First person, more like action adventure. You're working with the
I mean, you're working
the
for
resistance.
the Ottoman Empire in that game anyway, so.
No.
Connor, I feel like you're grabbing cool settings that are attractive to you. You don't know how to put them into a game.
It's a whole entire fight against a large empire. That's like how many games that have ever been made?
Star Wars.
Games. You know, the
Yeah,
ability
zero
to progress-
Star Wars games. Star Wars games never happen.
Yeah, never happened.
You know what? Put it at the top of my list. Star Wars.
Star Wars. Which one?
Ooh, what if
Uh-huh.
you take a popular children's toy and then you put a Star Wars skin on it?
Oh,
Yeah, right? And like
Yeah.
maybe you're like it's like building blocks, so like you're putting the blocks together and
are you
everything.
being sarcastic? I was he is. I don't know where. Oh, Lego. I got there. I got
Thank
there.
you.
I got there.
Thank
I got
you.
there.
But no, you'd be. I'm kind of taking influence when I think about it from Far Cry,
An
but
hour
actually
deep and
good.
one game in.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
Oh fuck.
we'll go through it. We'll go through it. Yeah, but you know, Lawrence of Arabia fighting against giant Ottoman Empire,
Time to skip games.
sabotaging, guerrilla, that kind of stuff. Guerrilla fight.
You mind because I feel like it's gonna take.
Oh,
the
that's
longest.
totally fine because
Okay.
we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So let's just wrap this one up and then call it a day.
All
That's
right.
a lot.
I mean, this is still a good episode.
Oh, it's great. It's been great conversations. Great
Um,
conversations. We just got to forego
so
the
yeah,
the
Lawrence
structure.
of Arabia is your last one, huh?
It is, yeah. You guys are like, it's one of the most epic tales in film, and I haven't seen it, so I don't know what to do about it. You're fighting against the Ottoman Empire. You played Far Cry. How many times are you going up against the fucking established faction?
The thing is, Connor, the central idea around a game like this is the elevator pitch, and you don't have a good elevator pitch for half of the things you've said.
You guys just aren't film cinephiles.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
That's really what it comes down to.
Okay. I have an idea for my last one. I'm not basing it on not a specific movie, but movies have been made about this property.
Okay.
That's kind of where I went with the Ant-Man thing.
Yeah.
Right? Frankenstein. The Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
So like similar in a way, it'll be like similar to like Lies of P.
Okay.
And like you're getting like different parts of yourself, like a Souls-like.
Okay.
As Frankenstein's monster, and you're created from all these other different pieces, and like you beat bosses that have other pieces. So you beat the bosses and take like their parts to improve yourself.
Oh, stitch it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
got to go to a workbench to and you like see it's like graphic, and you're like taking pieces off of you,
and it's like a quick time event. You have to like sew. Like, you have to, like, use the stick and, like,
but if it's a quick time event, it's got to be so gross that you don't want to look at it.
Yeah, using the dual sense, and you get, like, the haptic feedback as you go through.
It's like that game that came out recently where you peel someone's face off, and it's really disturbing to look at.
What game is that?
I have no fucking... I saw it, and I was like, I'm never playing this game.
Run that by me again?
It literally, like, you're, like, tearing off his face, and the person's cringing, I'm cringing, and I'm like, I'm not going to watch
that.
No, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush.
So you pull the symbiote off of your face.
Have you seen the ones where they put the symbiote suit underneath that? It's like they're wearing it, so like you're peeling the symbiote suit off, and it's the symbiote suit underneath it, like because it's just the skin at that point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got you.
Like a new game plus, you do that, and
they give you the freedom, and they don't automatic. That's funny. Yeah. I haven't seen any.
You haven't seen that?
Funny,
okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's like you get the haptic feedback of you like stitching all this stuff on, and by the end of it, you're almost like an amalgam of all these different parts, kind of like Inside. At the end of Inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the giant flesh monster.
I don't know. Maybe you might be losing me here.
Either that, or you just like trade stuff off. Like you take some.
I would imagine you just trade stuff off, and that just becomes
some kind of upgrade.
Your loadout.
Yeah.
And you just
and
customize your loadout.
Your goal is to. It's basically you get resurrected as this beast that Dr. Frankenstein has created, and then you're a quote unquote failure to him. You get thrown away. Your goal is to improve yourself to the point where you can go and get your revenge on who made you, and take your revenge and kill him.
Haven's using all that to think of something.
Yeah, we're at a struggle part here for me because I just don't know. I
want to pitch Adam Sandler's Big Daddy, the game.
A Hitman-inspired 007 game.
The weird
we're
thing.
Getting that.
What?
I said a Hitman-inspired 007 game, but we're getting that.
What? What was the fucking...
I said Adam Sandler's Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. That is the third time that has been brought up this week.
Really?
I do not get why.
I brought it up. It has been brought up at some point, hasn't it?
It's a good movie.
Yeah, because I guess I remember it being.
I thought of it because the little kid played by Dylan and Cole Sprouse calls himself Frankenstein. He said that's what he wants his new name to be. Old Frankenstein.
Sounds like a kid
instead of Julian.
They're both the brothers are in that movie.
Yeah.
Playing the same kid.
That's how children in film used to be made by twins. Because you can't work them that long. You have to switch them off.
Yeah.
He's confused that they use twins for.
I just didn't know that was the standard practice.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
The same thing in Full House. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Never watched that show.
Yeah. So like, there's child labor laws, so you can't have a kid work for too long. So you have to switch them out.
Yeah. I see.
Oh, that's how they bang out out quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They get twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go
Makes sense.
Find twins. I mean, Harry Potter, obviously, like
both twins.
They just worked around those.
Time.
They just had to work around those laws, and so they would work one kid and then work them as much as possible.
Yeah,
and then they would It
you were
would just
talking about-
increase production time.
I thought you were talking about Fred and George, and I was like, yeah, they just had the twins on the same time. Had the twins on screen at the same time in that one.
No, that was actually the same guy. They just comped him in.
No, they're actual twin brothers.
I know.
Who just happened to be ginger.
I'm struggling for a good final one, so I'm gonna say,
Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm gonna say a.
Interesting. A movie based on a video game based on.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna say a supermassive game, which is Until Dawn Quarry, except for Get Out.
That'd be very good. Yeah.
You know, and choices you're making and so forth, and then having the power stripped from you and watching your character make choices you wouldn't make. For
that's kind of cool.
A limited time, and it's gonna fuck you up.
And then you have to like
you have to play double. You have to do double work to get favor back from
out.
characters because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
hurting
yeah.
them because you're being hypnotized and so forth. You'd have to change the story and Get Out, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
What if
Use
you
the
did like
concept.
what if you did like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing? For like
A better one.
Yeah.
But I said
But
Get Out, so
at
that's where
that
we're
point, there's got to be a Jekyll and Hyde film.
movie?
Yeah.
No, you mean a video game?
there
No.
are Jekyll and Hyde films.
There are Jekyll and Hyde films.
Films.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
There we go. And then that leaves us final draft picks. Connors, Inglourious Bastards, Blade Runner. Inglourious Bastards, it's just a World War II game with a heavy narrative with Tarantino,
Yeah,
right?
also, Inglourious Bastards is ERDS.
Cool. Blade Runner is a what?
Noir detective game, kind
Okay.
of like LA Noir, but you're
Okay.
teasing out androids.
Replicants.
Battle
replicants.
Royale.
Battle Royale, dark, gritty narrative of you murdering
Classmates.
like underage classmates
Why do they got to be underage?
because they're in
Because
school.
you yourself are also underage.
The whole
Oh,
point
okay.
is that
They're
they're
in high
school
school.
kids and they're just thrown into that situation.
Like some Danganronpa stuff, or
That is basically Danganronpa.
in a sense, but more realistically.
But is
done, like-
is it a visual novel?
No, it's a movie.
No.
Oh,
are you also
Is the
equipping-
game a visual novel?
Oh,
Are you
fuck
also
no.
recruiting Supermassive for this or some shit like essentially or that style?
maybe Rockstar. They have LA Noir experience.
No,
they
you're,
did it
you're
in
back
that
on Blade Runner.
You're back on Blade Runner. We're
back
talking
on Blade
about-
Runner.
Oh,
Battle
Blade
Royale.
Runner.
This is impressive. This is impressive how quickly that switched in his brain.
No, but then you brought up Battle Royale after that.
But we're talking about Battle Royale, and then you talked about Rockstar and LA Noir again after you just talked about that for Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, there you go. And then
Waterworld. What the fuck was that?
Waterworld, open world, seafaring game. Build up your base.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Epic grand adventure, narrative focused, kind of building on itself like Far Cry in this year.
This is the fattest L you could have ever taken. Like,
I think Connor has definitively the worst list.
this is terrible. This is terrible. And then Phil.
I'll acquiesce to your guys' bad movie opinions of loving Marvel and Star Wars. Well, Marvel and Star Wars.
Phil, we've got Inside Out, character platformer, haze light styling type
Yeah.
things. I like it.
the Pixar's Inside Out.
Yeah. Inception.
This one is like really a hard concept because like it'd be basically, you know what? It's a movie tie-in game. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Fuck it. It's a movie tie-in game.
Get Remedy to do it.
Ooh,
Remedy-
I like
It's a
that.
what? What did
It's
you
a
say?
Remedy
Remedy?
game.
They did. They
Inception.
kind of
I
like,
mean, yeah, Remedy would be the guys that I would recruit to do this
Yeah.
for sure. You know, because I think when you said it, I said gives me Quantum Break vibes. The Descent.
everyone did.
The Descent. Yeah. The it's like a survival horror. You're cave spelunking.
Are you talking? What kind of survival horror are you talking here?
Me?
Like what's like
first
is there,
person.
is there like an archetype game that we could jump off of, like a Resident Evil?
Resident Evil
style?
7.
7.
Well, like
Okay.
in caves and like there's these like weird albino little blind guys that you have to
Okay.
avoid, and you can step into traps and stuff. So
How fucking good was Pete?
Gone now.
Parasite.
yeah,
Oh, this one was interesting.
yeah. So it's kind of like a sim style, not sim style, but like you're basically like a
I would call it a
Parasite
simulation game.
simulation game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I wasn't saying The Sims.
You're
I'm
on like
saying
a
sim
time
for
limit
short
to
for
like
simulation.
yeah, you're on a time limit to like do your
Do,
job.
do these checklists.
You've also got to like scavenge for resources.
for
to
resources,
feed you
and
your
then
family.
like maybe every once in a while you're expecting the family not to be home, and somebody shows up and you have to kill them and hide the evidence. Because
this is a
obviously-
really cool indie game, but it's going to sell a total of 1,000 copies.
With how much people talk about Parasite, maybe not. People love that fucking.
Parasite is not an IP that will get people.
Academy Award winning.
and I'm not talking about the IP. I'm just talking about the
Multiple.
style of game. Like,
Yeah.
Multiple Academy
What
Award
if the
winning.
clean up?
this is like if you have 12 minutes, but you blow the budget up, like to where like you have a million different systems.
What if when you're cleaning up the bodies, though, this is the interesting element, it's like Power Wash Simulator. Joined into the game? Tavin, you jump on that in an instant.
That's you're thinking of serial cleaners right now.
Ah.
Power Wash Simulator had the best April Fool's joke where they pretended
my
like you
God.
were spray painting filth back onto a clean
it was
surface.
basically like they took it.
They just reverse footage.
It's reverse footage.
Yeah. But that was hilarious. Where are we at? Frankenstein. This is a Soulsborne-esque where like
Liza P. inspired.
yeah, but you're acquiring abilities and body parts,
grafting them onto yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a revenge story where you're taking revenge on the man that created you.
Oh, and you got to fight his other creations.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm in.
Almost like Mega Man.
Are you fight the guy that creates
I'm
you?
not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Are you fighting his creations that have gone awry? Is that
Mega
part of
Man?
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dr. Wily, you're created by Dr. Light. He's the good. He's the good.
Yeah.
I think you should also
guy?
implement the tackle them in any order you want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like there is like that kind of order where like, oh, this person's ability is good against this person's ability.
Classic.
Yeah. And then Dr. Wily is the one that's trying to get he wants to create a robot as good as Mega Man, but he can't. So he creates these crazy robot masters that wreak havoc in society.
So I first said Planet of the Apes, and I did. This was before we started developing actual game ideas into it. I didn't really put that in. So off the top of my head, I'm thinking sort of like almost like an Insomniac based game where you look at like Sunset Overdrive or Spider-Man and its fluidity of movement.
Absolutely.
But you're moving through the jungle and you're I would say it's probably like open world-esque, and then like you're probably just doing like Assassin's Creed type things, and then like building out a war where you're fighting humans or something.
This is a different idea, kind of separated from what you
Or
were saying.
rival ape tribes.
Different, but kind of similar to what you're saying. What if we did an RTS where like you're building up these tribes, and you have to? It kind of similar to.
But when you think Planet of the Apes, you want to be a monkey swinging on trees.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
without
yeah,
a doubt. But I'm saying like remember Minecraft Legends? What about
Yeah.
that with Planet of the Apes? That'd be dope.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that. You'd have to advance all of that
Yeah.
into something. But I kind of see where you're
But
cooking
this
at.
would be a different game.
Yeah.
I still want the me controlling an ape and swinging through and.
Yeah. And then I said, and this is probably my weakest pick out of all of them, Invincible. This is a create your own hero MMO thing, but it's going to be brutal, really fun, punching combat and very like artistic style, and it's going to be like kind of based off of creating your own hero, very DC Universe Online. Probably my weakest
Wasn't
pitch
there
here.
like a news story from like a month back?
There's an Invincible game happening. I just don't know anything
I can't
about
remember
it.
the studio that is doing it.
Yeah, I don't remember, or it may already be out. It may have been a shadow drop, and then people were like, "Oh, all right," and then moved on.
Oh no! The game you're thinking of is like a narrative like game where you play as Adam Eve. You're
Yes.
thinking of.
Yeah.
No, this is a different game entirely. It's
Oh, well, then I
it's
have
like
no
some studio is I can't remember which one, but there's a studio that's trying to make like an actual Invincible game where you're playing as Invincible, or maybe a different character from Invincible.
Okay.
Mobile game that just seemed to release.
I was
Not
gonna
a
say.
mobile
I was
game.
gonna say. I vaguely remember seeing a gameplay demo. All right. Next, I went Godzilla. I think this should be Soulsborne inspired, but with sort of the functionality of a Yakuza game, where you're like picking up objects and buildings and or like huge vehicles and stuff and using them to fight other kaiju. And as you're taking out,
Okay, I see where
as you're taking out enemy kaiju, you're like gaining new
Evolving.
abilities and evolving and building.
I whenever you said Yakuza game, I was like, but you just mean like picking up objects and fighting.
Just that styling of just picking
I
shit
get you.
up.
I did
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I was like, what is he talking about?
Using the
Yakuza?
world as a weapon.
I get you.
Yeah. Because you want to see the giant lizard pick up a building,
Absolutely.
and hit it over the head with somebody.
Get some atomic breath going.
Yeah. Next,
Interesting.
Metroidvania based Ant-Man game. Sure, I like the story pitch you gave of the Vision shit. That works.
Going
But
inside
yeah,
Vision.
just you're growing and using ant powers. Having ants fly in and help you out and do things, cool puzzles.
I'm
and cool.
even down with like you have to go inside of like Ultron and you have to shut him down from the inside. I'm even into that.
That'd be a fun like little one of you play half the game as Wasp. Wasp is fucking shit up, and that's how you get half the game is you being careful.
Yeah,
and then the other half is you running amok and doing crazy
dude.
Shit. Yeah.
So Wasp is on the offensive. Ant-Man is trying to save Vision.
Marvel Games hire us, bro. What the fuck? Go get that Prince of Persia team right now, bro. We just scored you a cool $1 million.
Until we hear the next story about Ubisoft axing that team because it didn't make their projected sales.
I might cry.
Yeah, that would suck.
The game is so good.
It's such a good game.
So
Please
good.
play Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Play it.
Yeah, play it.
I was saying on stream, that game has like a real like fuck you hip hop attitude to it, where like it feels like a statement to other game dev studios of like, step your fucking shit up because we're out here fucking doing it. You know, is what it feels like. It's just got that attitude about it.
The combat's got such a good rhythm to it too.
It's so fucking.
Once you get in that flow state, it's like try to stop me.
That final boss kind of easy.
Very easy.
Yeah. I don't think I one tried it, but definitely no more than I'm pretty sure I got it by my second.
I definitely want.
Yeah.
Once you get like all those fucking abilities, like the Phoenix abilities, or not the what are they?
Oh yeah, once I hit that
What's
phase,
it called?
yeah, I definitely won.
The fucking what's the bird called?
I think it's a phoenix.
Rock,
Mhm.
Phoenix,
Simurgh.
Oh, the name of the bird, yeah, but it is just a phoenix, isn't it?
I think it's the Simurgh is its own bird.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Interesting.
Simurgh.
And then number 5,
Sargon.
Remedy. I'm sorry, Supermassive styled Get Out, where you have to kind of work against yourself and try and build as much favor with characters as you can, because at some point you're going to get hypnotized and start working. And you got to kind of like
play
find
the
a
game
balance to that. Find a balance.
I do wish that in Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown you fought all your immortal buddies. I do like that some of them are good, but I never got to fight the lady in the mask. She just kind of took off. What happened to her?
Fuck! I forgot about her.
Second
Yeah.
game.
Second game.
All
There's
right.
not gonna be one.
Not gonna be one.
No, but I don't want to fight the tutorial homie.
No, I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight what's her name?
Baddie.
Yeah,
Oof.
the spear and shield
Yeah.
baddie.
Yeah, that's a muscle mommy right
Yeah,
there.
step
Oof.
on me.
You don't fight all of them?
You only fight 2 of them, and then you're the leader.
3 of them.
The big guy, I'm
So
guessing.
3 of them then.
Yeah.
No, he's not the leader.
Big guy, Archer, and the
Yeah,
leader.
but-
He's not the leader. He's the leader.
No.
Big guy? No.
No, the
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah, that's what I said. But he said, "Oh, the big guy, right?" So
I
no.
think just
Oh,
fight
he
him.
was listing. He was listing.
Oh, sorry. I,
Yeah,
thought, I thought you said the big guy was the leader.
No, I don't know who
No,
the leader is.
he's too stupid to be the leader.
Big guy. Means he is stupid.
Fights with a double-sided anchor. That he
Honestly, that one
splits.
might have been the hardest fight for me.
Really?
Yeah,
I once tried it.
I struggled through that one. I dug into the settings. What difficulty did you play on?
Normal.
Okay, yeah. See, I started the game at normal, said too easy, and I bumped it up to hard early on, and I forgot I did that.
Good for you.
Good game.
Very good game. No trophy tied to difficulties.
There isn't, no, but the game gets better.
I was having a great time.
You know what's fun? The king, the undead king, great fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
King Darius.
Yeah. Did you do the counter to his? He starts zipping around and shit.
Yep.
Fucking fire.
I did all the counters.
Oh my god, it's so fucking dope.
Cool.
So dope. Great game.
I probably will. You know. Seems to be good.
It's fucking awesome. It's so goddamn.
I love that in the archer fight, he counters you.
Oh yeah, that does happen. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh man, yeah, that was sick as fuck. God, you see what I mean when this game's got attitude to it. This game's got a you didn't know we could do this, but we're gonna do it.
Menelaus.
Like
yes, that
like
guy.
the game feels active as the player.
I don't remember the big anchor guy's name.
He's the anchor guy.
Orod. Orod. That's his name.
I only
If
saw
that
the opening
game-
part of the game.
Listen, if that game had a compelling narrative, easily, probably in my top 3.
My name's Sargon.
Damn.
It was almost in
It
my
seemed-
top 10. It was almost in my top
Menelaus.
10 today. It was almost in my top 10 today. But I had to take it this morning. Literally, I woke up, it was in there, and I had to take it out.
It's on your top 10 for the year. It's only behind Rebirth, I imagine.
Currently, yes. And even then, when I beat it, I was like, close. This is fucking
Is
close.
recency bias affecting that at all? particularly with the
I
list.
think right now it's in my
getting
top
on there.
5.
Maybe. Because I do feel myself already forgetting those early moments, but I would have zero issue going back and replaying the game. Zero issue. I might do it tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, it's in my top 5.
In your top 3.
1, 2, 3 is pretty solid.
Unicorn
I don't believe
Overlord.
for a fucking second Infinite Wealth is better than this game. I don't believe it for a fucking second. I'm sure Infinite Wealth is great. I don't believe it for a fucking second it's better than Lost Crown.
I mean, Tavin, you did say that.
I didn't cry
Never mind.
in Prince of Persia, so
Good reason.
Maybe.
didn't make me feel.
Maybe you're just a bitch for crying to a Yakuza game.
Dude, that's a manly man's game. It touches the man's
It
soul.
got so fucking emotional. Like so many parts of that game. You shut your fucking mouth.
This is a conversation we should have as men, right? Is when is it okay to be, or when is it okay to lean into your toxic masculinity? When is that okay?
When everyone knows you're joking.
When you're
That's fair. You know what? I have a coworker who is in a relationship with another coworker, right? But she goes around to some of our cooks and our takeout and all that. They get free meals, whereas servers don't. And this is a server who I'm talking about. And she goes around and asks everybody in there, and she's pretty, so she targets men for their free meals, so she can have their free meal. And I sat there when I heard that she does that. I sat there and I went, as a dude, I would not be okay to have my girl going around begging for food from other men.
Yeah.
Like I would feel a way about that. At that point, baby girl, just I'll fucking pay for it. Like,
Does she have a boyfriend?
yeah, who works with
there.
us?
Yeah.
No, it works.
I was
with
gonna
us?
ask the secondary question: is her boyfriend a cook?
No, boyfriend's a server too. But it's like, at what point are we sitting here? It's like, why are you begging other men for something that is easily providable for me? And not to lean into the toxic masculinity or the classic tropes of men have to be the provider or things like that. But baby girl, don't be going around begging other men for food when it's not that expensive. I'll just fucking buy you the fucking food. It's fine.
Nah, bro. Ash makes more money than me. I'm not toxic.
But you don't want Ash going around begging other men for food.
No, I beg her for food.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. But don't go outside of our relationship and begging motherfuckers for food. Because it's like, bitch, just let me buy it.
My future wife, dude. This year.
Definitive.
Look at you.
Yep. Why are you talking down to him?
When's it gonna happen for you, huh?
Are you ever going to close out this podcast? Or
When's it gonna happen for you?
When it's time and when it's appropriate.
Hey, you
know?
got your ass on that.
There's conversations happening. There's timelines being established.
All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this lovely episode of the Piggy Bank. How toxic is your masculinity? Because there's no way there's that many women watching this show.
There's nobody watching this show.
I've seen that women.
I'm gonna break that conversation out.
Anyway,
So many TikToks today. We should have you here every week, bro. This is great energy.
hey, I provide the funny. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Piggy Bank. Thank you, Tavin, Connor, for joining on this lovely episode. Great. Even though we only played one minigame, had great conversations.
Great conversations.
We'll see you in the next one, boys. Let's say goodbye.
Bye. Have a great time.
Connor's got bad taste in movie games.
Shut up!